And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Real España versus CD Plaza Amador, CONCACAF Central American Cup quarterfinal first leg. Real España contra CD Plaza Amador, La Copa Centroamericana, Cuartos de Final, Partido Ida. Free kick taken, cleared away. Real España wearing yellow and black. Plaza Amador wearing white. 0-0, 0-0. We have begun. This is the second minute of the game. Rumble, I can't stand it. We're fine. All right. Starting 11s are as follows. For Real España, in goal, we have Luis Lopez. The back five of Nunez, Devron Garcia, Jean-Baptiste, Aparicio, Franklin Flores. The midfield four of Cruz, Moya, João Benavides, Derickson Vuelto, and up top, Gustavo Souza. For Plaza Amador, in goal, we have Castañeda. The back four of Davis, Himar Sanchez, and Omar Cordoba. The midfield two of Knight and Lara. The midfield three of Everardo Rose, Murillo, Quintero, and Jordian Sanchez. 2:35. Oh, we're behind too. Yay. 3:41. Playing forward. We're back and we're ready. Nil, 0-0. Second game of the night. We will have a review tonight. Don't worry. We will put out a review tonight for this game. No matter how boring it is. No matter how boring it is. And then we'll be back tomorrow for Defense Force versus Weymouth Wales. Luis Lopez kicks the ball away. That is a goal kick. Real España came back and got to this game by having an amazing start, or having an amazing final game of the group stage to get here. Beat the hell out of Sporting San Miguelito to advance here. Playing forward 5 minutes in. I don't know why they do. Maybe I picked the wrong ones. Maybe it's the fact that it takes me 5 minutes to set it up on Rumble now. CONCACAF League always did okay before Rumble was a thing. Hell, this game isn't even on Rumble because it started being stupid. Couldn't put the thumbnail on. What a trash freaking site, man. That backup, Rumble, that backup site. What a trash site, man. No Muller for the Whitecaps, damn. 6 minutes in. Do with that what you will, though. So, O&M has to, if they win next week, they will still win top of the group, of their group. Well, by 2 at least. Mocha wins and O&M gets owned. It might get a little bit spooky for them. Do with that what you will. Fought Mob. 7 minutes in. 0-0. Nine minutes to go between Palmeiras and River Plate. A 3-2 aggregate lead for Palmeiras. River Plate has to score just to get it to extra time. 7 minutes in, 0-0. Thought Mob says a back four against Vancouver, but okay. There will be a review of this game after we're done. 8 minutes in. Do you know if Ron White was recently injured? He's a sub in this game. I think he got hurt in between the first and second leg of the Forge tie. Actually, I think he got hurt in that Forge game, if I'm correct. Eight minutes in. Throw in for Plaza Amador. They've been amazing so far in this tournament. They've been amazing. They're honestly probably the underdog story of the tournament. They came out of nowhere to have a perfect group record and just lay waste to everybody they played. Everybody. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. It's crazy, man. Plaza Amador, they're for real. Honestly, they're for real. Question is can Real España change the tune of their run? Real España, they've made some deep runs in CONCACAF League before. They are a very solid team in Honduras. Can they change the tune of what people say about Plaza Amador? That'll be cleared away. 9 minutes in. For Han's sake, I hope they do. Ten minutes in, 0-0. Canada choked at the frickin' U20 championship. $11 minutes in. FC Schalke is the German club interested. Ali Ahmed. Yeah. I think that's a good move for him. Pen for Palmeiras, red for River. Yeah, game over. Even if they miss, game over. Playing forward, 12 minutes. That's out for a corner for Plaza Amador. Smart play. Smart play. Corner for Plaza Amador. Cleared away. Oh, this could be a breakaway. Real España. Speaking of smart idea, that didn't end so well. Plaza Amador gets it cleared. Yeah. I think that's a good thing, though, which kind of helps you for the next one. Because look at Canada. Honestly, actually, I think that one was there were players that moved after Canada qualified for the 22 World Cup, and then there have been players that moved knowing they're going to be at the World Cup. Deservedly so. But I think it's something that helps the future. But I think Canadian players, they've moved very well over the past 5 to 6 years, especially the past 4. But crossed in, they did well after Copa as well. I think if you have a good tournament, you either make a big tournament, make the World Cup, or have a good big tournament in between that really gets your players to move. Like even our Copa, I thought got players to move. And even with how bad the Gold Cup was, I mean, players who played in that Gold Cup and looked solid have got European eyes on them. Like Nathan Saliba, he went to Europe. Like, look at Nathan Saliba. He went to Anderlecht. And he was probably, our best player at the Gold Cup? Which isn't much to say, but, with how it went down. But Nathan Saliba used the Gold Cup to go to Europe. So at least some good happened for him. And there, goal kick, 15 minutes, 0-0 so far. Plaza Amador's look solid, but Real España has been close to getting one against the run of play, which is something they really need even though they're at home. Playing a team like Plaza Amador has been very solid throughout this tournament. So we'll see how that goes. "16 minutes. "17th minute, 0-0. Maybe the final. If anything, probably, if there is anything, the final. Ball crossed in. Cleared away by Plaza Amador. Just a backwards header. Like, I'll keep an eye on it, but coverage of it's probably, if there is anything, sparse at best. Over the top. Palmeiras get another. Well, there you go. Their game's over. They advance. 18th minute. FIFA Plus will have the games. Oh. We'll see. I can't confirm anything, but I can't confirm anything, but '19th minute, 0-0. Settle. Playing forward. Plaza Amador didn't really know what he wanted to do with the ball there. That's some. Playing forward. 1 of 2. Oh yeah, we should have that up. Almost forgot. The other game. Shellahu Sporting, 20 minutes in, 0-0. Only 1 goal through 3 quarterfinal games so far. Ain't that something? Vancouver Portland's about to start as well. 20 minutes in. 0-0. Settle. Says it's live, so do that what you will. There will be a review tonight, no matter how boring this is. Practically pushing the ref after the whistle. Police have even got involved between them. Yeah, that's CONMEBOL for you. Ay. Versus Argentinian and Brazilian team. Yeah, that's CONCACAF or CONMEBOL for you. Yep. That's not really a shock. Over the bar by Real España. See, sometimes you just got to take a shot. Sometimes it looks bad, but, you know. "22 minutes in. Messi was cooking. Miami had a great game. I know. Playing forward, Real España. Let's see how they defend it. That was a horrible pass by Plaza Amador, but they get it back. Can they build from here? Kind of slowed up a little bit. They shouldn't have done that. I think they were afraid there might have been a whistle. In through. Here's a shot saved by Lopez. Corner for Real España or Plaza Amador. I would say probably in January. Like, there's a very good likelihood when it comes to streaming Leafs games. I got to see how the ESPN Plus NHL part works with this unlimited bullshit. If I could still watch it on ESPN Plus, that's the first part. Second of all, before January. Second of all, I mean, we're pretty damn booked up until the end of the year. So, as you know, there's a couple of games in January that I do. And then we do the playoff games. If Canada makes the World Juniors final, well, I think I can't totally be sure, but I do believe that, well, State can play a bowl game at the end of season 7 and not start season 8 with it safe. Like if they play a bowl game before the Intercontinental Cup final, it'll be part of season 7. If they play it like a day or two after, it'll be part of season 7. With that being said, normally, I honestly think if State makes a bowl game, it's probably going to be one where it's either just after Christmas or just before the season finale. If they're better than that, that's good. If they get 7 or 8 wins, Austin Matthews actually looks good, so no. Chelsea fan, yes. Cross in. I don't think Colorado Rapids make the MLS playoffs. Or if they do, they ain't going to do much in them. The fact that I have no idea if they're in the playoff spots right now is a bad sign. It's a bad sign. 25th minute. Oh, and by the way, you lost Jordy Mihailovic. Paxton Aronson was a good move, though. Actually, now you're making me check now. Well, thanks. Cross headed away by Plaza Amador. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Western, so that works. Colorado's 8th place. Well, that's about where I thought they were. Yeah, just because you play a wild card game doesn't mean... Right now, you'd be hosting a wild card game. Is losing a wild card game really being in the playoffs? Well, by the Leafs Cup standards, it is. Dallas versus Colorado. Honestly, Colorado should win that game. I agree. And then you got to play San Diego. Agreed. I don't really think Colorado's a playoff team. But hey, you know what? In theory, you should at least beat Dallas at home. If you hold that, I should say. San Diego, it's going to be ugly. I don't think San Diego's going to choke to Colorado like St. Louis choked to Kansas City or Miami choked to Atlanta. It's a total different thing. Unless Paxton Aronson just goes off the freaking... I know. Yeah, Chelsea do need Caldwell back. I agree. Sadly enough, he tore his ACL, so that's hopefully in March. Like, yeah, Colwell it sucks he got hurt. Right at this freaking preseason. It's like, dude. Like, Colwell's that dude. Man, they need to at least loan somebody in. Dude, Connor Brown is an amazing player. Like, he was amazing on the Leafs. Really, we're saying Connor Brown. We're acting like Connor Brown isn't a good player. You must not know downtown Connor Brown. You're going to be in for a ride. He's a damn good player. He's a damn good player. Downtown Connor Brown. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. That's cool. Colwell has Trinidadian heritage. But he plays for England now, right? Man, if he could have played for Trinidad or would have chose it, that would have been cool. But it's like Tamori. Well, okay, no, not exactly. Man, I used to remember when Tamori was supposed to be a good center back. And Canada tried to get him, but either way. Playing forward. Oh! That should be a free kick for Plaza Amador. Yeah. Yeah, Sanchez, that Club World Cup win, I'm not complaining about them winning the Club World Cup and being world champions, but the performance he had in that game made them not buy anybody. I don't even think it was the tournament's performance. I think it was that final. Robert Sanchez had the best game of his life against PSG. And he didn't do anything that caused any problems. And now he's back to his old self. He's not a good goalie. Like, yeah, if he plays outside his mind, yeah, he's awesome. He ain't going to do that every game. Hell, I didn't see it till the Club World Cup. So, do that what you will. I think that Club World Cup final made them think Robert Sanchez was actually a good goalie, or at least made them still think, okay, no, we don't have a problem. We don't need anybody to join up. Daniel, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Decided to bless you again. Starting to cheer up after my Mets at NYCFC are getting packed up. A Mets employee I met greeted me on the bus and told me that NYC collapsed like the Mets this season. Well, yeah. I honestly say the NYCFC collapse was worse and quicker. The Mets were supposed to be first place. They still were in a playoff spot and choked the East. But they always were scuffling. Like, the whole season kind of felt like they were scuffling. Like, Soto was doing horribly, and that was probably the best they were doing was when Soto was doing horribly. Yeah, João Pedro was awesome. Turns out he's the guy who's starting at striker. Turns out he's the one who's supposed to be the starting striker, not Liam Delap. I was wrong. I'm glad we have João Pedro, but I'm not saying I question João Pedro, but I'm like, okay, so he's a good backup. No. Turns out João Pedro's the guy, and Liam Delap is solid. He fills a need, but he's still better than Jackson. But he's more of a classic striker. João Pedro kind of has it all. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't come back from being called Pratt Man by Mark Goldbridge and then going to Turkey as soon as you do. Yeah, he's doomed. Pratt Man! Pratt Man! He should just go to Saudi. Honestly, he should just go to Saudi. Hugo or Pedro? Hugo or João Pedro? Well, João Pedro. I don't even think that's biased. João Pedro. Like, Hugo's a good player, but João Pedro, dude has it all. Like, dude legit gives me Drogba vibes. Like Drogba 2.0 vibes with a little bit of Diego Costa in there as well. Chelsea finally has a number 9 again. Lovely. Well, okay, no, they did have. They did have Giroud for a little bit there. Yeah. They have a good defense. Their offense is kind of it's good enough. The sad part is the Colts are actually good. Like, the Texans suck. That was unexpected. The Jags. Like, they're good. Just sucks the Colts. Dude, even if I did go to college, I would have been graduated by now. Which I didn't go to college, but even then, well, technically you could have went for a master's if you went to college. No. Well, Well, I guess I would have, considering there's only a couple of things that college is worth. Being a doctor, being a lawyer, which you need a master's for, and then law school so. No. So I guess actually, but I never went in the first place because I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer, so I'm not getting scammed, so. 34th minute. Free kick, headed on. Real España. Whoa, no! Wide. There was a chance right there for them to take the lead. And that was, you can't put that one wide. You just can't. The free kick, perfect, ball over the top. All he had to do was just put it to the far post, and he put it wide. It's funny, the Red Bulls finally have a striker. They finally have players that are good designated players. Well, okay, no, they did have. Okay, that's a bad statement. Red Bulls, they've always had good academy players to fill out the squad. Their designated players, besides Bradley Wright Phillips, have always kind of lacked and left people wanting. Now they have the designated players, being Eric Choupo-Moting and Forsberg, but now their young players are not as good as they used to be. It's like they fixed one problem and another problem picks up. Because in Mississippi, there are no pro teams. So in my mind, that means I could choose whatever the hell I wanted. I grew up a big fan of the Blue Jays because of Roy Halladay. And I chose to just root for all the other Toronto teams to make it easier for myself. So basically Roy Halladay. I mean, USL League 2, but that doesn't seem professional to me. Like, I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, I root for the Braves. I mean, Mississippi State's the closest thing we have. Mississippi State is the closest thing you have to a pro team. So it was my choice, yes. Everything I root for was my choice. And only my choice. If you're from somewhere that has no pro teams and the best you have is a college team, you can root for whatever you want. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. New setup coming soon. Very soon. By at least the end of next month. So enjoy this because you're getting to the last couple of shows with this background. And things will probably change in the background as well. So very soon. So do that what you will. With the way the Blue Jays are now, Mariners versus Brewers. The Blue Jays suck ass right now, so unless the Blue Jays wake up very soon, like them being tied with the Yankees doesn't slap them in the face and say, hey, you need to wake up now. If the Blue Jays lose the division, I don't think they're going to wake up during the wild card. We need Bo Bichette, but the thing is him coming back was more of a division series thing. So we have to win 2 out of 3 games. We don't even know where at this point, probably at home, in the wild card game without him. We barely can win a game without him. So right now it's Mariners, Brewers until it can be Blue Jays, Brewers again, but I need to see the Blue Jays be what they were, not what they are. So right now, Mariners, Brewers. Yeah, I think he was a solid player. As I said, Denver has pro teams. Unless you're from somewhere else. Like if you live in Orlando and you root for the Pittsburgh Steelers because you're from Pittsburgh, that's a different thing. Well, they don't have an NFL team anyway. But either way, bad example. Well, there's still teams in Florida. Just using that as an example because I can. With that being said, but if you're from somewhere that has no pro teams, you have the right to choose what you want. Alabama, you have the right to choose what you want. There are no pro teams in Alabama. And by that, I mean MLB, NBA. Yeah, they have a G League team. Who cares? Yeah, they have a USF or a XFL team. Who cares? Yeah, root for those teams if you want to, but, well, it'd be kind of stupid to root for Birmingham Squadron when you root for another NBA team. But either way, Stallions, fine. But Alabama has no actual pro teams. Georgia does. Well, at least the Braves and the Hawks. But, if there's a sport that does it, you can choose what you want. There's probably, well, I don't know. I don't think there are people in Atlanta who root for the Winnipeg Jets or the Calgary Flames, but that would be kind of funny if there was. Either way, Louisiana at least had the Saints. Carolinas, I guess it is just Charlotte, even if you're South Carolina. But either way. Yes. He's a solid player. I think he's solid. He does well for them, whether he's a super sub or starter. He always performs. He has a high level of desire and hard playing. Plays hard, I should say. Plays hard. He's a good player. I think he's a good player. I think he's a top player the Whitecaps need. Well, I mean, they're about to win the AL East, so. Hell. Shot over the bar. Damn, Real España. Yeah, that's not going to end well for you. That's 3 good chances they could have. Yeah, Madrid's back. They're back. Bring back hockey to ATL. I agree. That's funny, but it's true. That's funny, but it's true. basically the only thing I had to choose was Ole Miss, Mississippi State, or Southern. I chose Mississippi State. Save. Oh, I had to choose one of those. I chose State. Never went to Mississippi State. How my dad never went to Mississippi State. Maybe my future kids will go to State. Third time's a charm? I don't know. Maybe. At least you have the Colorado Rockies and the Denver Broncos. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, but there's one city that at least has the teams. The only city that could actually hold teams in Mississippi that were pro teams is either Jackson or Biloxi. And Biloxi's right on the Gulf, so that might not be a smart idea. That might not be a smart idea at all. I don't think a college team would allow their stadium to be used for an NFL team in Mississippi. But the cities aren't big enough. It's the stadiums that are when it comes to college. So. I mean, obviously, Toronto FC or Toronto Any Sports. Playing forward. I mean, FC, it's Javinko. It's got to be. It's got to be. D-Row, well, actually, no. D-Row and Javinko. I can't break that tie. I can't. Dwayne De Rosario and Sebastian Javinko. I can't break that tie. I can't. I'd be disingenuous if I didn't. Still miss Pozuelo, though. Seconds to go in the first half. All sports. That's kind of hard considering, but probably a tie between Halliday and D-Row. We're talking about all sports. Roy Halladay and D-Row. Talk about all sports. First half, it's 0-0. At halftime, 0-0, middle tiempo. That's interesting. Hey, John Herdman, how's that feel, you drone-using prick? Trying to find it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Could have at least said Tottenham. Could have at least said Tottenham. Why'd you have to do that to yourself? With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 0-0, 0-0, middle tiempo. Real España could be leading by now, but they've choked 5 times. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half. Chelsea over Arsenal and Tottenham. Shit. What do you think of shit? Tottenham. Yeah, Chelsea hates them just as much as Arsenal, so that's valid. I know the chant might be Arsenal's, but I don't care. With that being said, stats of the half, 37% possession to 63% possession. We have 3 interceptions to 2, 1 offside to 0, 2 corners, 1 to 4. 137 pass to 244, 81% pass accuracy to 84, 8 crosses to 7, 0 goals to 0, 4 shots to 6, 0 shots on goal to 2. We have 11 tackles to 11, 14 clearances to 4, 4 fouls to 4, 1 yellow to 0, 0 reds to 0. 0-0 at the half, 0-0 medio tiempo. Real España, City Plaza Amador are the better team, even though Real España has had 4 chances to score. And they bottled like 3 of them. They should be leading 2 or 3-0 by now, Real España. They're really going to regret that, not getting those goals if they lose this tie. Especially if they keep it tight. Not winning this game is going to be bad for them, I bet. CD Plaza Amador looks like the better team. Not as good as they did during the group stage. It doesn't seem so easy right now, but they do have another 45 minutes and the home leg. But Real España had like 3 good chances to put it on frame and then score. They should be up 2-0 at least. They're choking. London is blue. Chelsea's the biggest club in London. No. They're the biggest club in the world. They're the biggest club in the world. They are the world champions. You need to show respect to our world champions. The inevitable Blues. The amazing, wonderful, inevitable Blues. You have to show respect. Respect. You got to show bleeping respect. They are the world champions. They are the biggest club in the world, not just London. London is blue, yes, but the world is blue. London is blue, yes, but the world is blue. You can't argue about what color London is when the world is blue. You can't. You can't. Thanks for the $1.99, Daniel, but we won the Conference League and we won the Club World Cup. Hey, Tottenham finally won a trophy, then fired the guy that won it for him, and now he's coaching at Forest. Chelsea would never. At least we give them a couple of weeks during the next season if things go to shit. Sorry. Well, yeah, Di Matteo. That wasn't pretty. But he got the job because he was the interim and then won the Champions League. I mean, that was kind of a rash decision. I won't even lie. Di Matteo, he got the job because he won the Champions League as an interim coach in a very magical way. That was a dumb idea. That was a dumb idea. I mean, the better player is Messi. The player I like more is Cristiano. I was always more of a Cristiano fan. Still am, but Messi being in CONCACAF, well, of course I cover a lot of his games because I know where my bread is buttered. But I'm still more of a Cristiano fan, but even I can admit he's not the GOAT. Messi is the better player. But I'm still more of a Cristiano fan than Messi. I do play FC Mobile. Well, actually, they technically have won the Intercontinental Cup. Is if you know how FIFA changed it, FIFA retconned the old Club World Cups to being Intercontinental champions. So technically, Chelsea has won a Intercontinental Cup as well. But yes, I would love to see them win the Champions League just so they could go and actually win the IC Cup. Yes. Just so we could clear all the, yeah, well, the only reason you have one is it was retconned. Okay. Let's actually win one then. I guess playing that final means we win it all once again. If you talk about the old one, well, yeah, we don't have the old one. We don't have the old one, but technically that's also Intercontinental Champion as well, which led to the Club World Cup, which now is, point is, we technically have one already, but with the retconning, but, you know, I agree with UEFA or FIFA. I agree with FIFA. The Intercontinental Cup is the mini Club World Cup. I don't know how, really. I don't know how you get inspired by Tottenham. I don't know. I don't know how you get inspired by them. Do that what you will. Second half starting soon. The first half, by the way, first half of the Shellahu Sporting game is 0-0. So there's that as well. So 0-0 through both first halves. I watched Red Zone last week. Don't worry. I watched Dallas get their asses kicked by the Bears. That was bad. Very bad. It was very bad. I can't believe Dallas lost to the Bears. Eberflus really is a bad coach. Why did Dak have to sign an extension with the Cowboys? Why can't he be playing for the Steelers or well, if Dak was on the Patriots, I'd be happy. But, you know, second half about to start. Here we go. I feel like the Steelers would be more likely to get him and they actually have a competitive team. Why? I mean, technically, if the Cowboys blow it up so badly, they have to trade him with the deal. Hey, Pittsburgh, go get him. 3 more years. That'd be nice. See ya. Well, if it ain't going to be the Mariners, that means the Blue Jays woke up and came back fiercely to the Blue Jays. It's either the Mariners or the Blue Jays. Seriously, at this point, that's what it is. The Red Sox, they're not good. Cleveland's not going to the World Series. I'm glad to see Cleveland come back. That's kind of funny. They're not going to the World Series. Yankees, I legit don't think they're a good team. I think now the sad part is they're probably the third most likely to go to the World Series. It's Mariners, Jays, Yankees. And I guess it would be Mariners, Yankees, Jays, but a lot bigger gap if the Yankees overtake the Jays. But for me, it's honestly either the Jays or the Mariners. So right now, it's the Mariners. If the Jays wake up with a vengeance and do what they have to do to win the division, or they still wake up with a vengeance and barely play a wild card series and win the wild card series, I'll pick the Jays. But second half, Plaza Amador to kick off. Oh, they'll start choking when it matters on the fundamental ball part of things. For now, you're playing fundamental baseball. For now. It'd be funny if they started choking now. They don't feel any pressure, though, but Now you're tied for the division. If the Blue Jays steal a game, playing forward, 46 minute. 0-0, 0-0. .46 minute. Blocked away. Goal kick for Real España. Yeah, I'm just coping. Buck Martinez, last time the Jays played the Yankees or some, when we still had a big division lead, he was like, the Yankees are not a good baseball team. Yeah, that's going to be amazing to blow up in his face. Like you didn't learn from freaking jackass Michael Kay? You didn't learn from him when he said the Blue Jays weren't a first-place team? Things like that blow up in your face. And the worst part is Buck Martinez, God love him. I love Buck. He's been around the block. He should know not to jinx the Jays. Michael Kay just did it. When the Jays took first place, Michael Kay went and did it. Said the Blue Jays aren't a first-place team. They smacked him down instantly. The worst part is the Jays were still in first place for a good while and still are tied. Now it's a total Hindenburg-type crash, and it's worse for us because it's ugly. Caballero's better than Volpe. I'll agree with that. I think we're already screwed. Maybe he already did. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe he already did. Sanchez got a yellow card. Playing forward. .48th minute. Plaza Amador playing forward. If the Patriots aren't doing well and the Steelers choke, I'll say go Bills. Cross in. Hey, if the Patriots suck and the Steelers don't do much, when it comes to the AFC, I'll say go Bills. Now, if the Lions play the Bills in the Super Bowl, playing forward, Plaza Amador. Buddy, I'm a Protestant. I'm a Baptist. Protestant Baptist mom, Protestant Baptist dad. You want to know? And if I say Southern Baptist, I mean because I'm from the South. Not any other thing than that. Nothing other than I'm from the South. So, 50th minute. Just to be clear is what I'm saying. playing forward. '51st minute. Cleared away. Do you do USL games? Sometimes when Louisville's playing. I've done a couple of Louisville games. I'd say Louisville's my favorite USL championship team. Maybe I should make it clear. Maybe I should get a cross necklace and a cornicello just to make it clear. Chain or whatever. 0-0, settle. I should say chain. Necklace doesn't make it sound. But yeah, like a chain with a cornuto, cornicello, and a cross on it to make it obvious. Maybe an initial too, but either way. Substitutions. Volto off from Mejia. I mean, it's kind of a thing that should happen. Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it is. Like, as time passes, people look back to their youth. And people are going to wear their certain shot picked up, certain fashion that matched their youth. So I'm not surprised. 54th minute. So personally, I get it that like 2010s fashion, early 2010s fashion's coming back. I think it's a little bit quick, I won't lie, but well, it is 2025, but 15 years since 2010. Honestly, I liked 2010s. When it came to fashion, clothes, I felt early 2010s fashion was better anyway. Now, other things, not so much, but as long as people still want to push for physical media being a thing, trying to like protect physical media and all that, I'm good. There's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of nostalgia from the 2000s and 90s that I still hope we don't lose. Also, protecting physical media as well. But 2010s fashion, I'm not mad about that coming back. Yeah. So, honestly, I really couldn't, baggy, but I really couldn't tell you what 2020's fashion was. I don't feel like there's anything to really write home about. Now, it's kind of like this year not having a summer song, you know? I mean, I don't, like for me, I listen more, country music anyway and songs I already like, but like there wasn't even a popular song of the summer I ran across on TikTok or the radio the rare time I listened to it or whatever. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hell, even country, I can't really say there was a good song of the summer. I don't believe everything. When it comes to history, there's a lot of things I question. There's a lot of things that I question. There are things I believe and there's things that I question, but I don't believe everything and I don't question everything. But I definitely did my own research. But I have to say that when I went to school, at least where I went, the history followed the research that I did, like before I got to that level or that class. So it wasn't so bad. But there are things that I question in general. There are things that I question. Not just World War II, but in general. There's a lot of things I question, like JFK, the JFK assassination. Yeah, there's a lot more to that than people want to say. It wasn't Jack Ruby. Well, it wasn't the book depository either. It wasn't either. But either way, so JFK got set up by Lyndon Baines Johnson and the CIA. He got set up. Lyndon Baines Johnson wanted power and the CIA wanted Kennedy dead. So what did LBJ do? Send Kennedy down to Dallas. '59th minute. 0-0, settle. Lyndon Baines Johnson was a power-hungry jackass, and the CIA wanted Kennedy dead anyway. '59th minute. Miami has clinched a playoff spot. And I think they're sitting third place after the win today. Good for them. 60th minute. Free kick for Real España, 60th minute. Yeah, I agree with that. Far as I know, I'm not. Far as I know, I'm not. Far as I know, I'm not. So far as I know, I'm not. So 61st minute. $62 minutes. Blocked away. Oh shit, well, there's no way, right? There's oh yeah. I do have German ancestry. But there's no way, right? Oh. Oh, right. I was thinking Argentina for like 5 seconds, but either way. I was thinking Argentina for 5 seconds, but either way. $63rd minute. I know I don't have any Argentinian blood, so I don't know what that says. Well, that's a good sign, I guess. 63rd minute. This is CONCACAF After Dark, isn't it? I do have Native American blood. I do have Choctaw blood. I do have Native American blood. I do have indigenous blood. I do have Choctaw blood. I do. I don't care what. I believe my nana over one of my uncles. Those ancestry DNA tests don't tell you the truth. That's the only way. That's just a way for the government to get your DNA. They use those ancestry DNA tests to steal your DNA and put it into a whatever it's called, directory. We'll go with that word. Shelahu 1-0 San Miguelito. Okay. My nana said she grew up in her life around the people who really had the Native American blood. It's only like 1% for me, but you know, I have Native American blood. So Choctaw. I believe my nana. I don't believe ancestry DNA tests. I don't believe my uncle who was doing those tests for doing a ancestry family tree project to see if we had any Confederate family members. Mejia gets a yellow card. I don't believe Ancestry DNA at all. I just think they're trying to steal our DNA. Oh, goodness. '66th minute. 0-0. Corner for Real España. Cross in. Header. Shelahu scored. Wait, does that mean it's 1-0 for Shelahu, Kevin Ruiz? I'm not surprised, really. So we got a goal over there. 67th minute. Dude, if I was related to The Rock, I'd be wrestling right now. I actually would be wrestling right now if I was related to The Rock. He gets every one of his family members a job. So no. You would know if I was related to The Rock, I'd be wrestling right now. Or at least a commentator, because, yeah, I mean, his daughter is a GM of NXT, so. At least a commentator. You would know. Messi, I don't have any Argentinian blood, so, as I said, so no. But you would definitely, obviously, know if I was related to The Rock. I mean, come on. That would be a slam dunk. Nobody has to say, I'm not. I'm just saying if I was, I'd at least be an announcer on WWE TV. If not wrestling. So, come on. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. The first part, that's just stupid. '68th minute. What is this? As far as I know, I'm not related to Cole Palmer. As far as I know, I am not. Playing forward. 69th minute. I agree. She couldn't even wrestle, so she's the GM of NXT. No, they're just Cody Rhodes. Well, they think they're a face when they're not. They're just Cody Rhodes. Actually, no. Miami's just Cody Rhodes. And that's why I love seeing them get packed up. They think they're faces when really they're annoying as all hell and they shouldn't be where they are. But at least in football, they get put down to where they should be. Embarrassed. I guess Miami is Cody Rhodes' favorite soccer team. Why? Because they're the same. Except Miami actually loses. I'm doing the Defense Force game tomorrow. Yes. Yes, I am. I never stopped wearing colorful things, whether that be jerseys or t-shirts. Yeah, I stole my fashion sense from John Cena. Like that wasn't obvious. 70th minute. Like that wasn't obvious. Both Thugonomics and Super Cena. Well, I agree, but she's still the GM of NXT. It's not like she's actually wrestling. But William Regal showed up on NXT, 2 weeks ago? Just bring back Regal, damn it. Cross in. Or just let Sean do it because he actually books the damn show. That'd be nice. Or yeah, they could just let Sean do it. He actually books the damn show. Murillo and Phillips coming on for Plaza Amador, 71st minute. Well, no. Do I look like Elon Musk? No. '72nd minute. Phillips on for Quintero. Cross in. Header cleared away. Playing forward. Ooh, that'll be picked up. Goal kick, 73rd minute. 0-0. I'd rather coach than own. I'd rather coach than own, in my opinion. But if I was rich enough to do both, I'd do both. I'd rather coach than own. Two subs for España. Real España's had some moments offside, or second half. It doesn't matter. We're done. Like, I'm just watching that game so you don't have to. I torture myself so you don't have to, and that's where we are. Miami is going to dominate Toronto. But why should I be scared? We're eliminated from playoff contention. At this point, I'm just watching it so you don't have to. So I'm just torturing myself so you don't have to. So that's fun, you know. No. No. If I was rich enough to buy an NFL team, I'd only buy the Patriots or Steelers. I don't want nothing to do with the Broncos. I don't want nothing to do with the Broncos. Let Satan Manning buy you. He's the one who still loves y'all. And he actually has the money, but, you know. Let Satan Manning buy y'all. Or just let him do what John Elway did for, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years. If he's tired of doing his dumb, well, okay, now I do watch the Manning casts on Monday night when they do them, so they're not dumb. But, you know, whatever. It is kind of funny, though. Peyton Manning legitimately doesn't even really recognize the fact he was a Colt. He was a Bronco for like 3 years, and it's like he'd rather be. He basically, if you could put helmets on the player in freaking Canton, he'd be wearing a Broncos helmet. Huh. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. So you're telling me that they. Huh. But why would they say it's the unsinkable ship? Oh, to make them not be afraid and think nothing's going to happen when they knew they were going to sideswipe an iceberg. It was the perfect ruse. Holy shit. I never heard that one before, but that's interesting. I gotta research that one. There's no way. I've never heard that one before. I mean, I do. And I don't know how I missed that one. I mean, I've researched the Titanic pretty well. Holy shit, maybe I should have questioned the stuff about the Titanic. That was one thing I didn't question. Maybe I should have questioned it. Huh. I mean, yeah, I think there is. Like me, if I got rich, I'm still going to be the same redneck country guy. I ain't going to become a freaking highfalutin jackass because I'm rich. Like, I may use more of the money. I'm still going to save a good bit of it, but like if I'm on travel, yeah, I'm going to travel on it. Yeah, I'm going to travel on it, and if I'm rich, I'm going to travel the world on it, yeah. But am I going to be a highfalutin jackass? Would you be able to be like, oh, he's rich? No. Be like, how the hell are you here? Shot safe. How the hell are you here? Show a stack of money. Be like, this is how. You don't act like it. Yeah, because I wasn't raised that way. I like nice things, but I ain't going to be a posh jackass, highfalutin jackass. No. I like nice things, and if I can have nice things, that would be good. But that traveling also could be camping in the frickin' national parks and in the woods and all that, like I ain't just traveling to big cities. I mean, shot wide, header wide, 80th minute. I think there is, but for me, no. For a lot of people, yes. I think there is. I don't think I'm going to change who I am if I had a lot of money. I don't think anything about me would change. Just the fact that I have money. I don't think there's any other change there. Just some more nice things and more trips. But nothing about my personality would change. 80th minute. That's my opinion, though. 81st minute. Do you count Mississippi State's NIL fund as charity? Whatever Dave Portnoy is doing with Michigan's NIL fund, that's what I would do with Mississippi State if I was that rich. That football team's going to win a national title before. If I was that rich, that national team's that football team's winning a national title over my. I'm going to make sure that team wins a national title. So if you count the NIL fund as a charity, well, now, I mean, there are some actual charities that, if they're helpful, I would, but it's probably more like 10% than 20%. Then NIL fund. The Mississippi State's NIL fund. You're getting funded like a big school now. Go win a national title in football. And I guess basketball too, sure. 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 They already got one in baseball, but let's get another, I guess. 82 minutes. Honestly, I think the baseball needs the least of the NIL help because we've won national titles. We've gotten close before. So football and basketball need the help. It's a little bit of help for the baseball, but, you know, I mean, they'll divvy the money as they see fit, but, you know, they'll divvy the money as it sees fit. Or, yeah, I mean, just in general, donate a lot of money to the state of Mississippi. See, unlike Brett Favre, I would donate money to the state. I would help the state. I wouldn't steal money from the state, you rat bastard. If you didn't know, Brett Favre stole from the Mississippi Welfare Fund with the DiBiase family and Governor Phil Bryant. And I guarantee you Tate Reeves had something to do with it too. I guarantee you he had something to do with it too. But either way, I'd rather help the state in general than steal from the state. You know what's funny? I can't believe I actually like Aaron Rodgers more. If you asked me like 5 years ago if I like Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers more, I'd say Brett Favre. 5 years ago, I would not. I'd be shocked for saying that. I'd be shocked for saying I like Aaron Rodgers more than I do Brett Favre. But that's what happens when you steal money from my home state, you rat bastard. Being Brett Favre. And his own home state, by the way. He's from Mississippi. Why would you do that? You're already rich. Jackass. Jackass. Taxation is theft. Taxation is theft. Playing forward. 0-0, 84th minute. Taxation is theft. '85th minute. And I'll tell you, the state of Mississippi needs all the help it can get. I'll tell you. Like, I love my home state, but dear God. Like, it was, here's the funny part. Like, a KFC closed. Like, seriously, though. A KFC in Mississippi. Like, there was a KFC there the last time I went to Winona. 2 years later, gone. The KFC was gone. That's how bad it is. The sign was knocked out of the freaking thing and all that. What does that tell you? 86 minute. '86 minute. '87th minute. KFCs are everywhere. What? Acting like KFCs aren't everywhere. That's okay. '88th minute. '88th minute. We'll review this game once it's over. Two minutes plus stoppage time to go. Oh, yeah, Mary Brown's chicken, yeah. Well, technically, Quebec has KFC. It's PFK, but they do. '88th minute. One more minute before stoppage time. Playing forward. Over the top. Shot. Goal! And Plaza Amador off the hand of Lopez and in. They finally get their goal. Man, Real España easily could still be winning this game, though, if they could have scored the first half. But Plaza Amador finally gets their goal. And it's 0-1, 0-1. Well, besides the cheese whiz, that sounds pretty good. I prefer Swiss cheese. Ball crossed to the top. Shot taken, and boom. There's your goal from Lopez. Lopez gets the goal. Plaza Amador was the better team, but Real España had some really good chances they scuffed up, especially the first half. And if they scored those, they should have won this game. And now they're losing because they didn't score those chances, and Plaza Amador finally scored. Ovidio Lopez with the goal, 90th minute. Nil 1, 0-1. We will review this game once it's over. 5 minutes of stoppage time. We'll be back tomorrow for Defense Force versus Weymouth, Wales, and Olympia, Cartagena. Olympia, Cartagena versus Olympia. There we go. That's the right order. All right. And it's 2-0 Shelahu as well in their game. 2-0 Shelahu. Ruiz and Quiros scored in that game. Moreno's coming on for Real España. They don't say how much stoppage time got added on to that game. Jason Moreno. '91st minute. Maybe actual cheese with some cheese whiz makes it a little bit more bearable, but wait. Provolone. Oh, yeah, provolone's what I get put on my Phillies. Yeah, provolone. There we go. Provolone. Not Swiss. It's provolone. My bad. No. I don't know enough about you to say. If you're asking if I see you as a father figure to me, no. If I see you being a good father one day, I don't know enough about you to say. I don't know what you're asking. And I never really thought of that at all anyway, but since you're making me think about it, I never thought about it anyway. 93rd minute. I don't see you as a father figure to me. And I never really thought about that either, but 93rd minute. Let's not age too fast. I mean, we're in our mid-20s. I mean, kind of, I don't know. 94th minute. It was a joke. I hope so. I hope so. 94th minute. I hope so. That's kind of 0-1, 0-1. It's kind of. '94th minute. I don't want to think about it, really. I don't have any reason to. I don't have any reason to. I don't really want to think about it, and I don't have a reason to. I mean, 95th minute. I'll just leave it. Yeah, I don't have a reason to think about it. And that's full time. It's 0-1, 0-1 esta noche. Plaza Amador, ganador, partido ida. We will review this game. Also, we may not be done yet. Let's see if there's anything left of the other game. The Shelahu game. Is there anything left? One more minute. We'll watch it. Thank you. I'm glad you're happy for me, but what are you? Okay. Hold your horses. I mean, I'm glad you're happy for me, but hold your horses. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, okay? Hold your horses. We're not there yet. Brian White's coming on for the Whitecaps. Lol. Hold your horses. We're not there yet. 96th minute. And it's full time. Shelahu wins 2-0 over Sporting San Miguelito in first leg. There we go. Some questions are best left unanswered. That's a good point, but that's a good point, but okay. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match, and I'll see you tomorrow for 2 more streams and 1 more review. Real España, Plaza Amador, and Shelahu get the wins tonight, and we covered this Real España Plaza Amador game. I'm Ron, and I'm out. Peace. See ya.